So you guys are good if I'm real and honest with you, right? Yes. So I've been struggling with some physical health issues off and on. And there are days where I don't feel like going to work, and there have been even Sundays where I'm like, I just want to go sit in the seat, and I don't really want to, do anything. I just want to come sit. But one day I was sitting at a red light, and God said, remember your why. And it's not an expression I use very much, but I know when I used to work at the school, we would say that a lot. And teachers, one year we had this big poster, and we all wrote what our why was. And it was all such good stuff. And you can kind of tell who doesn't really want to be there, by their responses. Most people, it was I love children. I love seeing that light bulb come on, all this. So for us, we have to remember our why. So your why is the driver or motivation behind what you do and how you do it. Your why is the core reason, purpose, or motivation behind your actions and decisions, encompassing your core values, passions, and the meaning you seek in life and work. And that should also say volunteering, right? So we don't come here for a pat on the back, right? We are doing this because God has told us to. I mean, a lot of us get here 45 minutes. I know that, other people get here an hour and a half early. So number one reason why, these are key biblical techniques on serving others. And I'm not going to share all the verses because there's way too many. There's 2 for each one. Jesus is our example. Jesus' life and teachings highlight the importance of service. He came not to serve, or not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Love is the foundation. The Bible teaches that love for others is a fundamental aspect of Christian living, and serving others is a natural expression of that love. So in my study Bible, it has a little section, how sometimes at the bottom it will say. So Galatians 5:13 says, "For you were called to freedom, brethren. Only do not turn your freedom into an opportunity for flesh, but through love serve one another." And the little study part says, God intended that the Christian life should be dynamic, not static. We should sit under the teaching of the Word of God, understand and apply its meaning and implications, and serve God and our fellow believers. The Spirit of God has given us spiritual gifts, but those gifts are worthless unless they are put to use in the service of God and his church. Paul often uses the figure of the human body to show the dependence of the members of the body upon one another and the importance of each member serving one another. Sorry, I need to breathe. While some members of the body have been more prominent places of service than others, I would probably say that's in the eyes of people, right? All are equally important. The worst thing that can happen to the human body is for one of its members to become non-functioning. Paralysis, sickness, deterioration, and sometimes death occur when a body member ceases to serve the other members of the body in the particular way that God intended. To maintain strength, health, and vitality, every member of the body must function and serve all the other members of the body. This is also true of the spiritual or new life. We will grow in the new life, become strong, and maintain good spiritual health as we use the talents and abilities that God has given us to meet the needs of the other members of the body. Okay, now my little phone. Okay, so these are my 2 the verses I love. That Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for man." And then Matthew 25:40 says, "Whatever you do for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Okay, another reason why we are to serve, we will be rewarded for serving others. The Bible promises that those who serve others will be rewarded by God here in our life here and in heaven. Okay, there's a bunch of things it tells us other ways to serve: helping the poor and needy, hospitality, bearing one another's burden, speaking truth, encouragement. But for time's sake, I won't do all that. And each of those has at least 2 verses. But I just want to encourage you guys today, just remember, whether we start getting a little bit burnt out, in life, whether it's at work or here, and sometimes we just have to stir up our faith a little, that ember starts going out a little, and we kind of got to blow on it and get the fire burning. So one of the ways we can do that is just remembering our why. Okay, that's all I got.